right, guys, it is Wednesday. You know what that means, and it's a little later than usual, too. We had a 3-hour special tonight for AEW Dynamite. It was September to remember. It was certainly it was a show, but no, it was a good show. I kid, but I mean, of course, I can't do this by myself. Who else would be with me other than the bearded one to my right, the one and only JPJ? How are you this week, friend?
We are good. It is an hour later than usual, but I agree with you. I thought this was a solid show tonight. Nothing crazy happened or anything like that, but I thought it was a fun, good show to kind of lead into what should be another great AEW pay-per-view on Saturday that we're going to break down and talk about. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we get into that, I mean, we have an even bigger occasion for today because Zach Minger with our food holiday of the week. It is National Banana Cream Pie Day.
Delicious. Delicious.
I'm more of a banana pudding guy myself, but I mean,
Oh, all right.
yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain either way. So,
No, if you give me a slice of banana cream pie, I am not giving it back.
No.
So,
with some extra whipped cream, of
oh,
course.
please. Have to.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of things that we're just going to eat up, I mean, we do find out we have not one but two big matches on the pre-show, which we find out that the 0 hour that's going to be online and like on the pay-per-view streams, that's not going to have any of the matches. That's just going to be talking up and down the card. They're saving the tailgate brawl for TBS.
Yeah,
It's gonna be,
I like that.
a separate broadcast right on television, and we're gonna kick the day off with I mean, it's an early start time, 2 p.m. I ain't complaining about that. Give me early
Nope.
pay-per-views, especially if they're going to be 12 matches long. I feel like starting at round 2 or 3 and then going for like maybe 5 hours, I think that's plenty.
I think it is too. It is too. Yeah, I think they made the decision, about 3 weeks ago, a month ago or so, that they were moving till the afternoon because of other things that are going on in the wrestling sphere that day. But yeah, I agree with you. Go live at 2 for the pre-show, for the little pre-show thing. Main card starts at 3. I expect it to go probably 5 hours or so till 8-ish and something like that. But I think, again, I don't mind long shows like that. And especially if you're going to start them like this trend we've seen a little bit lately where you're having these long shows, but they're starting at 3 or 4 in the afternoon where it's like, okay, cool. You want to go for 5 or 6 hours? That's great. It's when we're starting at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
It's 1 a.m. right now. Like, come on now.
I feel like the reception to like the midday start times for these pay-per-views have actually gone over pretty well. I mean, we've seen other companies do it as well. I'm not mad at the idea of having a midday show if it's going to be action-packed and keep my attention throughout. But
Absolutely.
I mean, what better way to kick things off than a Tailgate Brawl Tornado tag match that we find out? So it's going to be Harley Cameron, the interim Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale going against the Megasis, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, and representing the Triangle of Madness, you got Julia Hart and Sky Blue. I mean, before we even get into this, we had one hell of a no-holds-barred match tonight, Queen Aminata and Tekla. Holy crap, that was
fun
tonight.
Yeah, it was very fun. That was a lot of fun. The little feud that they have had here for the last little bit has been very good. I thought tonight, kind of especially leading into Saturday, I thought that was a really, really fun match. I thought the right person won too in Tekla, kind of standing tall there. But yeah, really, really good match. This should be a whole hell of a lot of fun. I'm interested to see how this actually, because it says tailgate brawl, so like, obviously this is going to happen in the ring, right? But tailgating usually happens in the parking lot. Usually,
I wouldn't mind it happening in the parking lot if they kind of treated it like a pseudo anarchy in the arena.
Yes, I would not hate it either. In AEW's history with parking lot brawls and matches, they put on great ones there. I would like to see this happen in the parking lot, just an all-out parking lot brawl here between these 8 ladies. That'd be fun.
Or if they were able to kind of like finagle it with the Rogers Center, if they were able to do like a Stadium Stampede kind of match, that would have been really fun.
Something like that. That would be a lot of fun. That's all. I'm interested to see how they play this out because tailgating, you and I are both big football people. Tailgating, even whatever, that's usually, again, done in the parking lot before the show, kind of stuff like that. So I'm hoping they lean into that with this, please.
Oh, definitely. And we'd be remiss, Mr. Corey Hayes. Body Slam's very own was a hell of a lead into All Out Saturday. I think we actually tied a lot of knots in this show. I'm very much looking forward to All Out. I mean, I was looking forward to All Out regardless, but I feel like now we actually like, oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing this. I like the fact that we had so many other matches to fill out tonight's show to set up for Saturday because, I mean, we had our eliminator matches for the Unified Championship. We found out that we're going to have a ladder match for the Tag Team Championship, and we had those qualifiers too. So definitely felt like they made use of the card they had tonight to really get more hype and everything for Saturday. But JPJ, your predictions as to which team is going to prevail in this tailgate brawl?
I'm going to go with the babyface team of Harley,
well.
Mina, Aminata, and Willow. I would, the way that Megan Bain kind of thrusted into AEW and how she was presented, I feel like there's been she's still featured on TV, but I feel like there's been a giant step back with that. So that's kind of unfortunate that she might be on the losing team here, but I feel like the baby faces are gonna stand tall after this.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like my only request is I know Toronto does not have a team in the NFL. There was a team across the Peace Bridge that used to have a game there once every year. And for a match like this, I just need to see Willow Nightingale put somebody through a table wearing a Bills jersey, and I could die happy.
I feel like they can lean into that. Yeah, Toronto is not that far from.
I mean, you don't tailgate for hockey, and I don't watch the CFL. I couldn't fucking tell you. But no. I mean, if you're going to be,
are they the Argonauts, the Toronto Argonauts? Is that their team?
I believe so.
Yeah, right. Something like that. Don't hold me to it. I'm not a big CFL guy, but I think that's their team.
Yeah, chat. You could fact check us on this.
I'm probably wrong, to be honest with you, but I felt right. It felt right.
Was that the team that The Rock was playing for?
No, was he Toronto?
I mean, I know he did CFL before he.
I know. Yeah, I don't know if it was
Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry, my Bills Mafia heart needs to see some blue and red going through a table. That's all.
Yeah. Well, you guys got the early game. You're on tomorrow, so you guys got the early game this week.
Well, my thing is I have a scheduling conflict. I'm not even going to be watching the game. But I mean,
you're going against the Dolphins. Do you really need to watch it?
I mean, the way that Mike McDaniel's talking these days, I kind of want to watch just for
if my Patriots can handle business down in Miami, I think you guys will be all right.
Honestly, Patriots are looking like they're going to be in wild card
second
contention.
Second place. We're going to finish in second place behind you guys this year. Look at progress is progress. That's what we got to do. So we'll see.
I mean, looking at the way the rest of the division's going, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys actually stood a chance for the wild card this year.
I would like it, but we'll see.
Hey, you never know. You never know. We're going to squish the fish. That's all I do know. But that is neither here nor there. But, I mean, speaking of Buffalo, my boy Daniel Garcia, the newest member of the Death Riders, also on the Tailgate Brawl pre-show, called his shot against Katsuyori Shibata in a one-on-one match. So I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, this will be a very, very good physical, hard-hitting match. I can see them both sitting cross-legged, beating the crap out of each other at some point during this match in the ring. This will be really, really good, but I know it's on the pre-show, but this is a show. Daniel Garcia is not going to lose this match considering he just joined the Death Riders, in my opinion. So this is Daniel Garcia all day to me, but this will be a physical, hard-hitting affair that I will very much enjoy.
And I don't think it's going to be clean, and I don't think it needs to be clean either, but I do agree. I think Garcia's got this one in the bag. Yeah,
I would agree. I think it's pretty certain, at least to me, that he's going to start his Death Rider, group campaign off with a win here.
Yeah. Sure. Now, the $1 million question is, do we have Garcia, Yuta, and Claudio going after the trios titles again for that new tandem? Or do we try to see maybe Claudio and Yuta stick to the tag titles? You see Moxie trying to stick to the world title, and then Garcia could either fit in with the unified title or the TNT title.
Yeah. I feel like the way they're presenting it, that Garcia is going to kind of be like the understudy to Moxley. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like Moxley's going to be like Garcia's under his wing, and then the other two will kind of be a team still. That's at least how I see it going for now. But with the Death Riders, they're kind of interchangeable. I could see them forming up. I could see them easily going for the trios title, but I kind of have the feeling that at least the vibe I'm getting, that Moxley's going to kind of be the mentor and Garcia's the understudy, kind of a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking about Moxley. Let's just get into this prediction. I mean, we kick off the show tonight. I mean, we do have that contract signing for the world title. We'll get into that later when we talk closer to the All Out main event. But the first bit of action we got was Jon Moxley going one-on-one with Roderick Strong, which I thought was a great opening match.
Really good.
Too. We did see some shenanigans, as expected. Thankfully, Kyle O'Reilly was at ringside, so he tried to take care of Daniel Garcia and Marina Shafir. But it did allow the opportunity for Wheeler Yuta to come down the ramp, trip up Roderick Strong, and that allows Jon Moxley to not only hit the paradigm shift, but he he gets strong to tap out to the Bulldog choke. And that is ahead of this Saturday. We have a coffin match with Jon Moxley and Darby Allin, which should be good and violent.
Oh, it is going to be violent. Obviously, I'm going to get your opinion of what you think is going to happen here. I think Darby's going to win this one.
I think so too, and especially because we have that sit down backstage with Bryan Danielson, where it's not only him talking about wanting to climb Mount Everest just for the sake of like, hey, why not? But it's not even just the why not about it. It's like showing like, hey, I set out to do something. I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. He's using that as a reason why he's going to win this coffin match. Although it seems like he had to bargain with Bryan Danielson a little bit just to make sure, like, hey, your career is already over. Do not get involved in this match. And Bryan says, you know what? I promise, only if you promise me one thing, which we don't know what it is because he whispered it, but there was an immediate handshake deal. And commentary trying to pry it out of him at the end of the show is like, and I can't say. I won't say. So all this to say, I think Darby Allin's got this one in the bag. Or I guess you could say
the coffin
bag.
Yeah.
You know.
I like it. Yeah, no, I think so. I think this is in this Darby Allin revenge tour, he's been torturing them to get to this moment against Moxley, dating all the way back to the end of last year. It's going to obviously coffin match, violent match. Somebody's going to come help Darby, right?
Oh, I'm sure he's going to get help, but I think here's my thing. Over under 2 minutes before Jon Moxley starts bleeding.
Oh, that's a good number, 2 minutes. I'll go over just because I feel like they'll build to it, but Moxley will be bleeding a lot in this match. I would expect both guys potentially to be bleeding in this match, but Moxley is definitely going to be bleeding and probably quickly. Probably.
You know what? I might take the line on this one.
Yeah, I think that's a good number. I think it's a fair number. My thought is there's been a few reports that one Orange Cassidy is close to returning. He was injured and taken out by the Death Riders. Maybe
an Orange Cassidy, maybe a Hook.
Yeah. I think it's going to turn into one of those things. But yeah, no, I'm on board with you. I agree with you. I think Darby is taking this one. I think Moxley's going to take the rare loss in this match here.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like we've been trying to see this ascension of Darby Allin in AEW for quite some time. I feel like to not only have the Death Riders thing go on as long as it has, and it not result in Darby Allin with the World Championship, I feel like this is a do or die. Either you're going to have Darby go on and eventually become a world champion, or you kill all his momentum in one fell swoop, and no one's going to see him as a credible contender again.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, to me, it feels like Darby needs to win this. Like, I think he's going to because that's where the story is, but he needs to win this. He was, when the Death Riders formed, he was bullied out of that world title match by Moxley, which led him to get the title for all that time. He was gone for so long. He came back. Like, this match, Darby needs to win this match because if he doesn't, I feel like he loses all seriousness or all whatever word I'm drawing a blank on. If he needs to win this match,
like momentum gone, any sort of credibility, I would
say credibility. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, 100%. Because if you've been building for this long and then you come back and you just lose, even if it's a bullshit way like the Death Riders often do with cheating and interference and stuff, it just feels like that would just kill any momentum that Darby has had since he's come back completely.
Yeah, no, and then it's just going to be Darby's there to take a bump. That's all.
Yeah. 100%.
Which
and you
don't
don't
want to be
that
the case for 6 years. We need something to sink our teeth into if he's going to be the one.
100%. So. And there's always been that talk of like he's going to win the world title at some point. They're gonna go that way with him. Well, if he loses a match like this after this huge build to the, I feel like you're just hurting your chances of the crowd actually being behind that.
Yeah,
it's not so.
Mm-hmm. I will say on the topic of returns, this one caught me by surprise because I didn't catch a Collision this past week, but it is official. Eddie Kingston is making his AEW return, and he's going one-on-one with Big Bill.
How do you feel that they did it this way? Because usually when we see returns, like we saw Wardlow's long-awaited return, unfortunately he got injured, and that's just terrible. But we saw him kind of show up out of nowhere. This one, they went the other route where we already know. We've known for a little bit over, about a week or so that Eddie Kingston, this guy that we've all been waiting for so long. How do you feel about them kind of pre-announcing a big return like Eddie Kingston in this. Would you have preferred him just coming back? Like, what if he were to make his return by helping Darby win? What if they did that route? Would you prefer this way?
So I can see it one of two ways. First off, in the chat, just saying hi to Jeffrey Young on Facebook. Hello.
Hello, sir.
So my thing is, I feel like if they're announcing it this far in advance, and we haven't even seen Eddie do anything on social saying like, yeah, it's time. I think they might be faking us out and somebody else is going to come out instead.
I was going to say, I feel like, like Eddie did send that tweet like, hey, looked at the contract, the money's right, just pick the time. Like, he did do that, but we haven't physically seen, like, he hasn't cut a promo online. We haven't seen him and stuff like that. So I kind of like that aspect of it. I didn't think of that at all, that maybe this is like a swerve of sorts. Not swerve.
No, not Swerve Strickland.
But like this is a swerve of things, Yeah, that would be... I don't know. I feel like the crowd would not be thrilled.
This might be the only time I ever say this on this show. Let the record show I do not want this to happen.
Yeah.
Can I see it happening just because there's history there? Yes. I think something happens where Eddie is either not there or like he's not cleared for the match per se. So they have a last minute substitution that's a surprise. I think this is where you can get Chris Jericho to come back.
Oh boy, don't do that.
I mean, he'd go after the old learning tree. He comes out to Judas, so the crowd does the Judas thing, like they've been doing the Metalingus thing. Even if he doesn't stick around much longer than that, like just having like one quick little farewell thing, and maybe it seems like, oh, you got Brian Keith on the apron and things are gonna get crazy. That's where you have Eddie come back and pull him off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
AEW does hokey shit all the time. I don't know.
They do. I feel like. I feel like they would really have to nail that the right way if you were going to do that, because I feel like the crowd could very easily turn on that. You know what I mean? Which is kind of what you want, really. But I feel like it could get ugly.
Well, I'm also trying to think like who would be a good like Canadian pop that they could get like that could fill that spot if anything.
Canadian pop.
I mean, Kenny's injured and he has his
Kenny's out. I mean, the other two big Canadians are in a different match that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Hometown boys, no less.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That would be the only one. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of us have been. I remember when we were talking about All In, we were talking about Eddie Kingston potentially being the person that came out during the Hangman Moxley match as part of the, whatever. So I feel like we've been waiting for Eddie for a long time. It is kind of, I don't want to disrespect Big Bill or anything because I like Big Bill, but it is kind of a random match for Eddie to just kind of come back and do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I mean, this also isn't like anything against Big Bill, but even when he was in WWE, he was never poised to be the guy.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
Even when he was in a tag team, he was never poised to be the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, is this just kind of like they've been, it's like, hey, Eddie's back. He's coming back. Like, my thing is like, where does everything happen on the card? Because I could see Eddie come back and kind of have a relatively quick match here where it's like, oh, shit, all right. And then Eddie gets involved and helps Darby win.
I mean, it's got to be a borderline squash at that point, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a squash, but I feel like it should be a relatively easy, not easy, but like on the quicker end of things for Eddie. Yeah. And I could see Eddie getting involved in the coffin match because he does have that history with like if that happens afterwards, I could see if things start going crazy that Eddie comes back out and like kind of leads into a thing with Moxley because I feel like that's a feud everybody wants to see.
No, I get it, but the consensus is that in no way in hell Big Bill's going to win. Okay, good. So we could at least move on from that then.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, we kind of alluded to Hometown Heroes. I mean, you got your Toronto boys back together on decent terms. They're not exactly buddy-buddy, but they're business, so hey.
What a segment this was tonight with these four. What a segment. Oh.
Just good old shit talking. You love to hear it.
Right.
Adam Copeland, Christian Cage going against FTR. I love the fact they were trying to talk about the fact that, like, hey, if you guys touch us, you're going to have to pay a fine. And it was like ridiculous fines, like $100,000, $500,000, and it's like to them.
Yep. Yep.
Like, did you forget who they are? Like,
Yeah.
but,
I love Christian just coming right out and just saying like, "What is that money to me? I'm rich." He's like, "I
and
don't
then
give a
immediately
shit."
just
And he
goes after Dax
yeah,
with
just
the
starts
fucking
attacking him.
microphone.
Yeah, Dax is bleeding everywhere. He hit him. It looks like he hit him good or whatever.
Yeah, I
but
was
he
gonna
didn't-
say Dax Harwood is moving up in the rankings of Will Bleed at a moment's notice, alongside John Moxley now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it seems like every match or every time there's a brawl, he's cut or he's bleeding from somewhere, his mouth or his nose or something. But yeah, this was a really, really just all four of these guys talking shit. I loved Cope. I loved when Cope, like he just the stuff he said, talking about the history of them, and I loved it. And, you know, when you guys were getting bass in your voice, we were making history, and I loved all of it. And then the brawl was good. And kind of how they started brawling, security came out, and then they all took out security just to start brawling again.
Exactly.
I thought that was a good little touch. Yeah, I liked it. I was already looking forward to this match, but tonight made me really look forward to it. I thought it was a great segment.
Yeah, I feel like now we actually have like a lot more of like the tag team element to it. Because I mean, Cope and FTR, that was going to be a thing regardless. But now having that sense of synergy with Christian and with Copeland again, it feels like, okay, now this is what we wanted. This is that tag dream match that we wanted. Well, Rated R Edge and Beth Phoenix. If Beth Phoenix shows up in AEW, I will be so fucking happy. Not just because she's from Buffalo, not just because she's a Hall of Famer and everything too, but just Beth Phoenix does not always get the flowers that she deserves for being of the wrong era, but being able to go at a moment's notice.
Beth is great. Beth is great. I mean, yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that at some point.
She's been rolling around.
She has. She's been hanging around. She's the person at the beginning of Copeland's song. So she's around. She's chilling. If it ever came to it where there was a situation where Edge, where Copeland actually needed a help, I would not hate that at all.
But also, selfishly, Beth Phoenix versus Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, be nice.
Yeah,
Beth Phoenix versus a lot of people. I would like Beth Phoenix versus
Chris Statlander. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'd
Beth
be for
Phoenix
me.
versus Megan Bayne.
Yep. Jamie Hayter.
Nyla Rose.
Can we just get Nyla Rose on television, please?
Yeah, I mean, Nyla Rose winning the Eve Championship. Where the hell is she?
Yeah. Can she be on TV? Which is one of the more hilarious people on earth.
I mean, she's on TikTok, and that's going pretty fucking well. So.
Yeah. Can we just have her on TV being the crazy, funny person that she is on social media, but like a dominant monster like we've seen?
Let Nyla
those
be
two
Nyla,
things happen?
Let her be the sarcastic asshole that we know, who also just throws girls around the ring.
Yeah, just dominates. Yeah, I would very much like to see more of Nyla Rose. I feel like it's been too long. But...
Not like she was only the second ever world champion in AEW, but what do I fucking know? I just watched the product.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, this is Cope and Christian all day. They're not losing this match. Come on now.
I would be genuinely surprised if they do. I mean, we're so used to being jaded by other companies where like, oh, the hometown heroes here? No, they're not going over.
Yeah, no, 100% they are. Do you think this opens the show a main event? What do you think this is on the show?
I think this is halfway through the show. I think this could be the thing that gets the crowd back into it after like a bit. After you have your big match, and then you have something to like let them reacclimate to whatever, and then you get another big pop with them.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think I'm still under the assumption that the men's world title match will main event the show, because that's usually how they do things. I think that this potentially could open the show, like you started off with these guys, the hometown boys, kind of boom, get the crowd ready to go. But I don't hate that. I don't hate like kind of middle of the show to kind of set the, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that could open the show would probably be the ladder match.
Yeah, that is never a bad type of match to open the show. So this show, we have multiple matches that like have the gimmicky stuff in it too that are always going to lead. Like you could open with the coffin match, you could open with the tables and like there's certain matches you could open that the crowd is going to be going nuts over because of the spots. So there's multiple choices they could do here. So
yeah. I mean, going just down the list I have here, I mean, we talk about big tag matches. We have the Hurt Syndicate going against Ricochet and GOA. Bobby Lashley and Toa Leona had a humper tonight.
That was good.
That was
two big boys going at it.
Slapping meat if I've
Yes, it was. Very good. I liked it. I like seeing Bobby in singles competition. I know, obviously, they were the tag champs for a long time, but I like seeing Bobby in singles competition. And yeah, that was really good. That was really good. And for somebody who is a tag team wrestler on the other side, they were really good. That was just a really, really good meaty men meet match, which is right up my alley.
And not even just that, I think it was also just nice seeing somebody exchange power with Bobby. I mean, that huge Samoan drop on the apron.
My God, yeah. That was... Yeah.
That might be the spot of the night. And we've seen like a lot of big spots tonight. I think that was probably the most impactful one, which is crazy because you also had Bobby spearing Toa Leona on the floor.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this was really good. And the crowd was super into it, which was great.
Ricochet trying to insert himself and then just eating the biggest fist possible from MVP was good. Then you had Bishop Khan trying to get involved, and then Shelton takes him out with a kick, and then eventually Toa Leona tapping out to the Hurt Lock. I mean, it was nice to see Hurt Syndicate standing tall in the ring after the match too, but I don't know. I think Ricochet and GOA might be going over on Saturday.
I agree.
I think it's going to be at the hands or I guess the shoulders of MVP.
Yeah, I think Ricochet is going to beat MVP. I think Ricochet is going to pin MVP. And I think that punch was a little bit of foreshadowing because I think Ricochet will beat MVP to win the match. I'm with you on that. I think Ricochet and GOA need a signature win as a group, and I think beating the Hurt Syndicate is a signature win for them. And I think it just leans into Ricochet being the one that gets the victory. Feels like it needs to be him, and over MVP just leads into him being even more of a shithead. You know what I mean? So
ain't that the damn truth?
Yeah. So I'm with you there. I think Ricochet and GOA are going to win this one.
Yeah, I think they might do it clean too.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that one. Another match that I'm looking forward to. We got I don't want to say a taste of it, but like we definitely have been talking about it the last few weeks for the TBS Championship. We have Mercedes Moné defending the title against the inaugural AEW Women's World Champion in Riho. We saw Riho tonight facing off with Robin Renegade in victorious fashion, though it was after the match you did see Robin holding Riho in the ring to set up Mercedes for that big backstabber. She's the one that stands tall. Very curious because, I mean, we've kind of seen Mercedes interact with Robin Renegade before. I feel like they haven't pulled the trigger quite yet just because they might be waiting for Charlotte to get cleared. So you have both Renegade twins as her backup. But I don't know. I'm excited for this match still. I feel like it's a fresh matchup that we haven't gotten yet. I feel like seeing Riho with someone like Mercedes, I think this is going to be a good way for... I mean, Mercedes doesn't need any opponent to have a good match, to be honest. But I feel like this is going to be a good clash of styles, especially because it's not too often we get to see Mercedes be the more powerful wrestler in a match.
Yeah, I agree. It's good to see Riho back. Like you said, first ever AEW Women's Champion. So it's good to have her back. This is a big match for her to come back to in her first pay-per-view appearance back. I agree with you. This is Mercedes is usually the one that has the size disadvantage.
Yeah.
So for her to have a size advantage is very rare. So it's going to be a little bit of a different scenario to see her be like the powerful one in a match like that. This should be good, but to me, again, like this is one of those ones where I'm expecting a good match. It'll be back and forth, but there is no way in hell Mercedes is losing. So I think it's a pretty easy pick of who's going to win, but I expect this to be very good.
Now the bigger question I have is who do we go to next? Because something in my heart of hearts still says I don't think we're done with Alex Windsor.
I was going to say, I still think Alex Windsor should be the one that takes the TBS title from Mercedes eventually.
But here's my thing. We've noticed that every time that Mercedes and Windsor have gone at it, even when it hasn't counted, you've seen Mercedes tap out to the sharpshooter, either in the ring, in the ropes, all of that stuff. I feel like it has to be a submission match.
I would be okay with that. Yeah,
and that could be the defining way for either Mercedes to finally suffer defeat for the championship, or conversely see Alex tap out to the statement maker.
Yeah, I would be more than okay with that. Yeah, submission match would make sense because of the statement maker. She had a submission finish she still does for the most part. So that would fit for me because, Mercedes has tapped out to the sharpshooter multiple times. We've seen, obviously, they weren't in match form, but multiple times she's tapped out to that sharpshooter. So That would be great. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the end of Windsor and Mercedes. I think they're taking a small break on it, but I think we are getting that again real soon.
Yeah. No, I'm very curious. I'm trying to look it up on Cage Match if I could find it. I want to see, have they ever had a submission match before?
AEW as a whole?
Yeah. I know they've had it. I Quit, but
yeah.
I
honestly can't
remember. Results. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to. Shit.
I feel like maybe they should have.
Match guide. Match type. There we go. Let's see. They have had one submission match, and it was back in December 2021. It was Penelope Ford versus Ty Conti.
There you go.
On Rampage. So it'd be the first one in almost 4 years. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Rampage. But yeah. So. All right. Yeah, I would be in on it. It would make sense with these two. It would make sense.
Yeah, definitely, like, not even just, like, finishers aside, but their styles. Like, they can definitely have a very emotionally investing submission match. Because, I mean, we've seen other companies do it. Sometimes you get a really interested crowd. Sometimes it's just like, oh, yeah, like, someone's going to have to tap out eventually. We're getting bored of this. So
I agree.
I think they could strike a balance and make it exciting.
I would agree.
I mean, we're on the topic of things that are exciting. We have ourselves a tables and tax match between MJF and Mark Briscoe. We do flash back to last week on Collision. After the stipulations announced, MJF goes to the Tony Khan's trailer. He's basically saying, like, hey, after everything that I've done, you owe me one. Like, get rid of that stipulation. Then TK's like, I don't owe you anything. If anything, you violated the rules of AEW the way that you went about this whole stipulation to begin with. And you also violated the integrity of pro wrestling. So no. And to which MJF is basically saying, you know what? I hope you're happy. When there's another Briscoe in the dirt, it's on you, not me. Which is like, oh shit. But,
yeah, that was quite a line by Max. Sure there. Was. This is going to be great. I have loved this feud for both these guys. I think this is a feud that's going to actually cement Mark Briscoe as a singles top guy.
Agreed.
In AEW. I feel like there's a chance Mark Briscoe's going to win this match.
I think he has to.
Yeah, I agree, but it's hard for me to pick against MJF in any scenario. But I feel like Mark Briscoe should and somehow is going to win this match.
I feel like MJF is going to lose here because, one, it ends the feud with Mark Briscoe. And two, we talk about all the bullshit that they pulled at Forbidden Door. He technically still has his Casino Gauntlet contract.
Sure does.
I mean, they did clarify that you need to execute it a week out, which I can appreciate, but he's going to want to get back to that as soon as possible. So maybe that'll be something for Wrestle Dream then.
Yeah. Now, is this match... It's obviously tables and thumbtacks or tables and tacks. You still win by pinfall. Yeah, right. You still win by pinfall. It's not like you just put somebody through a
if they're just treating it like a regular tables match, I think that's doing a disservice. I feel like it has to end pinfall or submission. They're just emphasizing that tables and thumbtacks are going to be around.
Yeah. I think Mark Briscoe should win. Yeah, I feel like he needs to win. Much how I feel like with Darby against Mox. I feel the same way with Briscoe here. I feel like he should win to kind of really solidify him as a singles guy at the top of the card. And he needs to win. So,
yeah, no, I agree. We do get into our next championship match for the Unified Championship. It is Kazuchika Okada, who surprisingly had to compete in an eliminator match for his own championship. On a Collision, but I mean, stranger things have happened. So, I mean, he had defeated Michael Oku. You had Konosuke Takeshita qualifying by defeating Anthony Bowens. And then tonight on Dynamite, you had Mascara Dorada defeating the Beast Mordos, which was
great
match,
by
the way.
Yeah, they had a good match. there. I think Mascara Dorada is going to absolutely ball out in this match. He's going to ball out at All Out, if you want to say. But he's also 100% taking the fall. In this match as well. But with that being said, we are clearly building to an Okada Takeshita one-on-one match for the unified title, which I am ready for and all in for. but I think Okada's going to retain by beating Dorada in this match. But this match is going to be. We're going to get that. We're going to get multiple moments. We're going to get that first moment where Takeshi and Okada are really going to go at it, and it's going to be the crowd there. It's going to be one of those moments where the crowd's going to just go to another level, like AEW crowds do, and it's just going to be, incredible.
You know what I want to happen for the plot? I want Okada to hit the Rainmaker on Dorada, and then Takeshita throws him out of the ring and gets the pin and steals the Unified Championship, which will give Don Callis an aneurysm. Yeah, that doesn't change anything because he's still going to hold on to both of the other belts from before. It's just kind of like, but that could be kind of like that. Okay, maybe Okada's going to be the one that leads the DTF first instead of Takeshita. But
yeah, and Danielson leaned into it on commentary when Okada came out later on in the show tonight, and Callis, and he said, "Oh, I find it very interesting that Callis is coming out here with Okada, considering he has another person that." In his family in this and he's kind of
and that's when Takeshita comes out right after too.
Exactly. So. Yeah, and Takeshi came out immediately out. So I feel like they've been leaning into that, like, yes, he has two guys in this match, but he's always been by Okada's side throughout this whole thing. You know what I mean? So there's that to lean into too. But yeah, if that were to happen, like you said, I would love that. But I think do you think Takeshi takes it off him, like when they get to the one-on-one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I mean, you talk about the person that went away, won the G1 Classic, already had like a match of the year contender with Bandito for the ROH World title. I think you got to reward him one way or another, and I think the Unified title is a great way to do that.
Yeah, especially if he's the Unified champion heading into his IWGP championship match that he's going to...
absolutely.
Which
I think is coming up in a month.
Yes, next month, right? Yeah. So if he's the AEW Unified Champion walking into that show, that is kind of that's some good expo. That. Yeah.
No, I don't think he's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr., but damn it, I think he's going to look good going in regardless.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about one series of qualifying matches. Going to talk about the other one. We have ourselves a 4-way. Ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It is official that I never updated this after the show. So we're going to fix that really quick. Pardon my typing. If you guys have any complaints, you can tweet at Don Callis. But we do have ourselves, it is Brodito defending against the Young Bucks, who actually seems like money's burning a hole in Nick Jackson's wallet. We've seen they made good with production. They made good with Renee. Mm-hmm. He's passing around money to people that have positive signs. And Matt's like, hey, like, easy now, big.
Yeah, calm down. Well, it's only $500,000. Don't get me wrong. That would be nice. But...
Only $500,000.
Well, I say, you know what I'm talking about. The way he's handing out money, you
versus
would think
to us is a very different $500,000.
Exactly.
I mean, we're talking about the Young Bucks, the former EVPs, and then you're talking about me, who puts the poor in Puerto Rican. So
exactly. I mean, $500,000 to me, I'm having a party for a month. You know what I mean?
Shoot, $5,000 for me. Hey,
exactly, dude. I'll take $500. I don't care. But
$5.
Yeah.
Cash app.
But so for you and I, it's a little different. But for them, he's throwing it around like they won $500 million.
Exactly. For them to already have a good dent of it gone in the casino, which turned out to be I thought that they were going to play, let's make a joke out of them not having money before. They'll play penny slots. No, they went to the high rollers room.
Of course it is. I mean, do you expect anything less from the Young Bucks?
Honestly, the way they've been booked over the last few weeks, yes. I was expecting them to play bingo.
Yeah, that would have been fun. But tonight they had the big entrance. They had the extra pyro. They're living large.
A respectful nameplate.
Yeah, they're living large. They're back. At least for one night, they were back to the good old fashioned Young Bucks of old.
Yeah, I literally said tonight felt like a return to form when they defeated the Bang Bang Gang. I thought they had a good match.
Great match.
So it felt like the Bucks are back. So that was good to see. We also have Jet Speed in the match. They defeated Kip Sabian and Kill Switch, which it seems like. Do we call them the matriarchy? I don't know if they have a name now that they all left Christian or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like they were going that route, but then Nick Wayne kind of got hurt, so they're kind of just there for now, I guess, until Nick Wayne comes back, and they, I assume, continue the stuff with Christian somehow. But
yeah, I feel like at that point it's just kind of like let them move on, because it seems like Killswitch needs to do his own thing. It feels like Kip Sabian, like, I'm glad he's getting utilized finally, but this is not the Kip Sabian that we've come to know over the years. Like, we're talking about the man that won the very first AEW match, period, who went how long on the sidelines?
Yeah, long time. Like, long time.
And he ate the pin in this match, too, which also doesn't really raise his stock any. And then you also have Josh Alexander and Hechicero, the Don Callis family, who defeated Top Flight and a banger in the main event. Although I feel like it kind of got marred a little bit just with everything that happened after the match, just because that's where all the bedlam and everything ensued, where you have everybody and their mother trying to come out for a beatdown, where you have the Don Callis family out, you have the rest of Skyflight out, you have other tag teams out and everything too, and it leads to eventually the Don Callis family cornering Christopher Daniels in the ring. Looks like he's about to heat a huge choke slam from Lance Archer. I mean, we'll just segue into this and then we'll all circle back around to the Women's World title. But obviously, we had the contract signing earlier in the night for the AEW World Championship match, which had some layers to it, which I appreciate. So, in the contract, which they were not prepared for, at least Don Callis wasn't, if any member of the Don Callis family interferes in this match, not only is Kyle Fletcher disqualified, but he's going to be stripped of the TBS Championship.
I like that
caveat.
That's
a nice wrinkle. But they also had that no physicality clause earlier for the contract signing, which they did abide by. But it was earlier in the night where Kyle Fletcher said, like, oh, you know what? I agree to having nobody at ringside, agree to not getting physical with this, but promise you this, tonight, you're not leaving on your own 2 feet.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good promo. Who are you picking in the tag match, by the way?
Oh, and the ladder match, shoot, I think you give it to Jet Speed.
That was all right. That was my pick too. Yeah. So I think it's Jet Speed's time. I love Brodito. I know they just kind of got the titles, but
no, I agree. I love Brodito too, but it would also be nice to see kind of not only Bandito's needed in Ring of Honor right now.
Yeah.
Which Athena's not on TV right now. It feels like he's not on TV right now. They need their world champion back. And that's okay. I'm glad him and Brody got a good run out of it though.
Yeah. So I think Jet Speed, I think this is their time. They're going to get it. And then they'll kind of run the tag division for a little bit. So I agree. Yeah, no, I like this. This was the promos were on point tonight. I thought the promos were all very strong tonight. And I thought, for them to start with the contract signing, start with kind of a promo segment this evening, I thought that it was really, really good. I love the caveat of if he's disqualified, he's stripped of the TBS championship. It just makes the Callis family actually not being involved even more important, which I like.
Yeah.
I thought this was really good. And then you circle back to the end of the show where Fletcher leaves Hangman laying and all that stuff. I thought this was really, really good. With that being said, for me, this is another one of those where this match is going to be incredible with these two guys, but Hangman's not losing.
No, so he's not. I feel like this could be the coming out party even more so for Kyle Fletcher than anything. Yeah. I do like the touch they had at the end of the show where it felt like, oh, Hangman cleared the ring. Nope. Brock Romero got him by the ankle. Kyle Fletcher's able to get the beat down there. Seems like, oh, I'm going to fight everybody off. I'm going to hit the buckshot. Nope. TNT title to the face, and then the brainbuster through the table by Fletcher, a la Kenny Omega. So DCF stands tall tonight while they can't stand tall in unison.
Yep.
But I mean, Hangman's going over on this one, and that's nothing against Kyle Fletcher, but
no,
we're not setting up anybody else to be a double champion with AEW championships anytime soon.
Yeah, and then we had the report that came out, and like this wasn't even the original plan for this. It was supposed to be Wardlow in this spot, but obviously he got hurt, so they're making the best of it. And I actually think for kind of the quickness that they've built this,
honestly,
I think they've actually built this really well.
Wardlow.
Yeah, I think they built this really well. I think Kyle Fletcher has proven that he is ready for this type of spot, for this type of momentum, for this type of thing. And, he's arguably been the best wrestler in the company for the last little bit. He's, he's ready for this moment. This is going to be an even bigger star-making performance for him and star-making moment, but it will be in defeat. But yes, he's going to come out of this looking better than he already does, and he's been looking incredible for the last year and a half.
Yeah,
so
I agree. And that leads us to one final prediction. Didn't mean for this one to go last. It just kind of worked out with how we were talking originally. But we have ourselves a four-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. You have Timeless Toni Storm defending against Tekla of the Triangle of Madness, defending against Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. And we did get to see Toni Storm cut a little bit more of an intimate promo, basically talking about the fact that since February, she's defeated a Beast, she's defeated a Belt Collector, and a Forever Champion. And it has her wondering, is this going to be the end? Because she hasn't had a 4-way for the title yet. So, I mean, there's really no champion's advantage to be found. But she did say, this is how it's going to end. They're going to have to burn me down. They have to pack me in a pipe and smoke me. Because the only thing that's going to get you higher is me. And I'll be damned if I'm left without this title come Saturday. And I do like the fact that it felt like she kept building to her catchphrase. And then as she's in the spotlight, you see Jamie Hayter come in, interrupt her, and basically kind of remind, like, hey, it's been a while since it's just been the two of us, You just got to remember 3 things. 1, Jamie doesn't forget. 2, you invited me into this match. And Hayter hits hard. And it felt like that was going to be the end there. But no, Chris Statler's like, you know what? I haven't wrestled for the world title in 4 years, and I realized it's because neither one of you two had the ovaries to do it, and nobody can stop Stat. And it seems like everything's honky-dory. It's like, trim your bushes, bitches. We're about to go all out, and it's about to be time. And that's where Tekla came out for the no-holds barred match. But
it was fun. That was a fun promo.
It was a fun promo. I don't think Tony's losing.
Me neither. Absolutely not.
I feel like Tony's going to drop it in a singles match, but
I agree. I don't. Yeah, this is again, and this is not necessarily a bad thing that we have so many matches that at least I feel like I'm pretty confident who's going to win them. Mm-hmm. This match is going to be incredible with these 4. This is going to be real good stuff. I would love to see Jamie Hayter sneak one and win this fucking thing.
But I wouldn't be opposed to any one of these women.
Any one of them. Yeah, like this is one of those where any scenario that comes out of this, I will be more than okay with it.
And they're all believable too, which I love.
Yes, but I do not think it is time. I don't think it is time for the timeless one to lose yet. I don't think it's now one of these 3 might end up being the one that eventually dethrones her, but I think it will be in a singles match. I don't think it'll be in a multi-person match. I think Tony is once again leaving still the AEW Women's Champion here.
So here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be Tony pinning Chris Statlander with the big package. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be the final nail in the coffin for Statlander to have her come to Jesus moment. Okay, do I go with the Death Riders? Do I not?
Yep.
And I feel like before she even gets to make that decision, she's like, you know what? I'm going to walk with you guys. I feel like that's going to be either where Marina just steps up and says, you're not ready for this. And either Marina tries to take her out, or, I mean, I'm still, I know she was just on NXT this week. So that's neither here nor there. She's still a free agent. I know she has a match at Prestige coming up in a couple weeks against Masha Slamovich. I'm still not against the idea of Shayna Baszler joining the Death Riders. And I mean, a Statlander Shayna Baszler match, I would be intrigued by that.
Oh, of course. I mean, I love Shayna Baszler. I one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time, Shayna Baszler. I love her. I would love that. I think I agree with you, though. I do think Statlander will join the Death Riders sooner than later, and this could be the moment where she comes up short again, where she's like, you know what, F it, fuck it, I'm doing it, and she joins. Yeah, I mean, I would be more than okay with Shayna Baszler fighting anybody if she was in AEW. Like, I think she still has a lot to give, and she has a lot left in the tank for her to just be an agent or a backstage producer currently.
Oh, I agree.
With that being said, if that's what she wants to do, then more power to her. Like, I'm cool with whatever she wants, you know, but if there's opportunity for her to go somewhere, whether it is back in WWE there or whatever, or coming here, like, I think I am okay with any of that, but I would love her in AEW, you know, scrapping it up with anybody, really.
I mean, it does also go back to, I mean, you know, supporting the wrestler, not the company, too. So I feel like we'll see Statlander conflicted go with this come to Jesus moment. We'll see Tekla go back with Triangle of Madness. Eventually, there's got to be a women's tag tournament. So whether it's going to be Sky and Julie or maybe Tekla and like one of them in there, or they do like a Freebird thing, I feel like that could be what Tekla can do. I feel like you have Jamie Hayter get a rematch with Mercedes after the Owen, although this time for the TBS title. That would be another believable contender for somebody to win the TBS championship from Mercedes, too, especially considering the way that the double or nothing match ended, where, I mean, Jamie literally got concussed on that small package where it looked like a shoot DDT.
Yeah.
So that could be something, too, to add more layers. And then Timeless Toni Storm, we either see someone else in the division step up, or I would love to figure out what the hell's going on with Dakota Kai. I know she kind of mentioned she was taking a break now that like her non-complete's over, but I feel like I would love to see Dakota in AEW and actually like get to shine more as a single star, because it felt like her main roster run in WWE was no fault of her own. Just like she was either Damage Control or she was just like almost there, but not quite, but still in the mid card.
Yeah.
Where I feel like the thing that killed me about Dakota's reign with WWE, and I don't mean to pivot to WWE for a sec, but just like, it felt like she's the one that needed the Intercontinental Championship the most, more than Lyra did, because Lyra was always going to be okay. She had the rub, she had the NXT reign. I felt like Dakota truly needed that, and she never got it. I think it made it easier for them to let her go. So whatever version of Dakota Kai we see, King Kota, whatever you want to say, I feel like in AEW, you let her go balls to the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I would be in on it if I would like that. Yeah, I don't really know who's next in line for Tony after this, unless they kind of break one of these three off as like the one-on-one feud.
Yeah, maybe
after
Tekla could
this.
be good singles too.
Yeah,
just
Tekla
because
could
they
work
could
because
explore
they
that a little bit more.
Yeah, and like when they had the brawl segment, it was after the Tekla Amanada match. It was Tony and Tekla kind of one-on-one at first before everyone else. So maybe that is the direction they go kind of after this. I could see that, but I mean, if you're going to be bringing a new person in or something like that, I mean, there's not many better choices out there than Dakota Kai. So if you are looking to bring another new person into your roster, I mean, she is probably at the top of a lot of people's short lists. So.
Yeah. And I mean, after this, you got 4 weeks to build a Russell Dream. So maybe if it is Tekla, you have like something happen on this Dynamite where they establish, okay, that's where we're going. Then 1 week you have her beat Julia. Another week you have her beat Sky again. And then that leads you to Tekla for a singles match. But I mean, I feel like it's got to be Tony retaining. I would be genuinely surprised if this is where she drops it. Yeah. I wouldn't be disappointed at any of the other possibilities of who could win it. But I mean, it's just not on my radar right now for her to drop it in a 4-way.
I agree. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening on Saturday. I don't.
I mean, technically, didn't she lose it in a 4-way at All In when Saraya won it?
Yeah. I mean, look at the multi-person match does give you that security where the champion could lose without actually being pinned. So there is a way they could do it. It feels like this is not the one for them to do it. Yeah, to me.
Although it would be interesting if Lightning struck twice, and that's how she lost this reign as well. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah. And AEW usually likes a surprise. Like, I felt like Brodito winning the multi-team match was a surprise. I don't think either of us picked them when they actually won. So AEW does like to throw a kind of out-of-nowhere surprise every pay-per-view, it feels like. Because they do, again, and this is not a negative, but a lot of these shows, when we lead into them, we're like, these matches are going to rule, but I feel like a lot of the winners are predictable, which is not a negative. But they usually try to throw in a match or two where it's like, oh, shit, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
So maybe.
If Tony doesn't win, I think it's going to be Statlander that wins it, and then that could be how you set up either Mercedes loses the TBS title before then, but maybe World's End you get Statlander Mercedes 3, but this time with the world title involved.
Yeah.
And this time Statlander can prevail?
Maybe, and that would lead to Mercedes losing another world title match, and you can kind of lean further into her, But
also being like 1 year to the last time that they had their like historic like longest women's match in AEW history thing. I feel like not only that, just the matches were good too. Like, I will never complain about Mercedes versus Statlander in any capacity, but it would be interesting to kind of have the roles reversed where not only is Statlander the champion, but it's also like, oh, you beat me twice for the TBS title. That's cute. Do it for the world title now.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah. That'd be more than fine with me. 4 years is a long time for Statlander to not challenge for that title.
Yeah, I mean, she did have the TBS title for like a cup of coffee in that time period, but a lot of that was spent recovering from ACL injuries.
Yeah, she was out for a chunk of that. So that it technically is part of the time, but you can't really count that time against her, clearly.
Oh, no, I don't count it against her at all. I mean, she's come back better both times.
Yeah, but that is a long time for someone who's been around since the beginning of AEW for the most part. That is a long time for someone of that caliber to not have a world title. At least opportunity, which is crazy when you think about it. So,
So either Tony retains and then they could do the Tekla thing. Maybe Ruby Soho's going to be in ring shape. She could get something with her former Outcast member. But yeah, I mean, all things considered, All Out looks to be a very good show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And look at AEW always puts on, no pun, well, pun intended. They always put on dynamite pay-per-views. They usually don't miss at all. And I expect this to be no different. This should be a great, great, great show. I think the Toronto crowd is going to be hot and ready for it. I'm looking forward to Saturday afternoon. I think it's going to be another real good one that AEW is going to put on.
And they also get to set the tone for the day too, which I appreciate. So, I mean, you're going to have a lot of wrestling on Saturday, regardless of what you're watching.
Yes.
So watch what you want. Don't watch what you don't want. But I am very much looking forward to seeing how everything is going. But until then, JPJ, what is going on in your world?
Yeah, as always, tomorrow night on Thursday on our pals Love Wrestling, 8 p.m. Me and Pluggo, Between Two Beards, the flagship. So we have SP3 joining us tomorrow night to talk about all the giant wrestling that is happening on Saturday. We'll be talking, obviously, All Out. We'll be talking WrestlePalooza, kind of breaking down both those cards. You can find me, obviously, here every Wednesday with you, friend, talking AEW after Dynamite right here. And then I do some work over on the Hive Media, where I do a show called The Swarm that comes out twice a week, and some other wrestling stuff over there as well. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Just follow me right here at JPJ Loves Gaming, and you'll see all the notifications and all the links and all the fun stuff. But I'm usually doing something every day, it feels like. So I'm somewhere doing something every day. So just give me a follow and you'll find all that good stuff.
Yeah, I know more to come from me in the coming weeks about what stuff I have going on. Maybe I'll be popping up somewhere for an interview. Maybe I'm going to have something new to announce. Maybe I'm going to be going track by track with someone for their debut musical project. I mean, the easiest way to find out is just go to my my socials. Jose in the Air everywhere. We'll have you covered. But until next week, guys, we will see you. Enjoy your All Out Saturday. Enjoy your WrestlePalooza. Enjoy everything that there is for wrestling. And we will see you guys next time on another loaded episode of DynaMic'd Up. Thank you, guys.